SHEENA of Bini, the graceful storm that dances through the fire. What happens when grace meets grit? When poise masks quiet perseverance? You get SHEENA, a storm dressed in elegance. Behind her smooth moves and soft smile is a warrior who fought every step of the way. This isn't just a story about a dancer. It's about resilience, identity, and rising with confidence in a world that almost made her doubt her worth. And now, she dances not just to the beat, but to her own rhythm of triumph. If you like this type of stories, please like, share, and subscribe for more. Long before the name SHEENA echoed through P-pop fandoms and lit up digital screens, Christina Paler was just a young girl from Santiago City with a spark that wouldn't go out. She was never the loudest in the room, never the one demanding the spotlight. But even in silence, she moved with intention, whether through her dance or through the quiet dreams she carried in her heart. She didn't come from privilege. She came from hard work, early mornings, and silent prayers. In those early days, SHEENA wasn't handed opportunities, she earned them. She chased her passion through long rehearsals, failed auditions, and moments where the question, "Am I enough?" whispered too loudly in her mind. But you know what she did? She danced through the doubt. When Star Hunt Academy opened its doors, SHEENA walked in with fear in one hand and determination in the other. The training was brutal, physically, emotionally, mentally. There were days when her muscles screamed and her spirit wavered. But she kept going, not to prove anyone wrong, but to prove herself right. She wasn't just dancing to be seen. She was dancing to belong. But here's the truth. SHEENA always belonged. She just needed time to realize it. In Bini, SHEENA quickly became known for her elegance in motion. Every move precise, every step rooted in passion. But behind that grace is a story of pressure, of growth, of learning how to stand tall even when you feel small. She's not just a dancer. She's a living story of transformation. There were times she doubted herself. Moments where she compared her progress to others. When you're surrounded by talent, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. But SHEENA learned the most powerful truth. Comparison kills joy, but self-trust builds legacy. She started focusing not on being better than others, but on being better than yesterday. Every rehearsal became a step toward confidence. Every stumble became a chance to rise stronger. And over time, the girl who once questioned her place became the woman who owns her space. That's SHEENA's quiet power. She doesn't beg for the spotlight. She becomes it through discipline, heart, and authenticity. And the fans feel that. Blooms see it in her eyes, her smile, her every movement. She doesn't perform for applause. She performs with soul. That connection, raw, real, honest, is what makes her unforgettable. SHEENA represents the countless young women who feel unseen. The ones who blend into the background, doubting if they could ever lead, shine, or stand out. But she is the proof that being quiet doesn't mean being invisible. That being soft doesn't mean being weak. That you don't need to be loud to be powerful, you just need to be real. In every performance, SHEENA brings her story with her. She dances with grace, but her journey is gritty. And that duality, that's what makes her inspiring. She shows us that strength can look like elegance. That resilience can wear a gentle face. That behind every poised artist is a person who chose courage over comfort again and again. SHEENA also carries something many overlook, self-awareness. She knows who she is. She knows what she brings. And she's not afraid to walk her path, even if it doesn't look like anyone else's. In a world that often demands you to shout your worth, SHEENA's quiet confidence is revolutionary. She doesn't force you to see her. She just shows up so fully that you can't look away. She teaches us all a lesson. You don't have to be the loudest to lead. You just have to show up with heart. And that's what SHEENA does, on stage, in interviews, in life. She shows up with kindness, with class, with an unwavering love for her craft. She has become a symbol of hope for those still finding their voice. And in every beat she hits, every move she nails, there's a message. You're allowed to rise at your own pace. Just don't stop moving, because movement is growth, and growth is power. As Bini breaks barriers and sets new standards for P-pop, SHEENA's story continues to unfold, not as a finished product, but as a living example of what it means to chase excellence without losing yourself in the process. She's not just an idol. She's an invitation to believe, to begin, and to become. And now the question turns to you. What if you chose to believe in your quiet strength the way SHEENA did? What if you embraced your pace, honored your process, and trusted your inner fire? What could you become? SHEENA proves that you don't need to arrive loud. You just need to arrive ready. And once you do, the world will meet you halfway. Now we'd love to hear from you. What part of SHEENA's story moved you the most? Do you see your own quiet strength reflected in her journey? Share your thoughts. Your voice matters.